And we're going live as well. All right, welcome everyone. I know we're starting a little bit late. I'm sorry, we actually had a bit of a hiccup here, trying to get our TLA session going on. All right. So what I want to do, real quick, I'm going to start by playing our fearless leader, his message to us. Okay, so guys, really, we're gonna go ahead and play what he did, and then what I want to do is go into cover a little bit about what go into what we appreciated, what we appreciate from what we've learned so far, particularly our first TLA prep, which is pretty cool. And man, Jeff looks so awesome right there. Pause in the background. All right, can you guys see the screen? Sorry.
No. Yeah.
All right.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have two computers going right now while I'm recording. So this will also be recording online. You'll be able to see this video on on Jeff's account, YouTube account, okay? So.
Happy Wednesday, TLA team. It's Jeff coming at you here. I am actually in Dallas, as you know, for my division manager meeting. Excited to represent our FC team, excited to represent you guys, our districts, share the vision for what we have going on in FC that's just so exciting with the great division manager table that we have, and of course, our fearless leader, Mr. Scott Dennis. And I'm coming at you here on Wednesday. You're getting this video to kick off the Wednesday weekly TLA prep, and it's 4:30 roughly for you guys here as you get this. Couple thoughts coming up with the prep. You should have received an email, both next level specifically, their separate email, and then a first general session follow-up to our prep. I want to say thank you so much for what I thought was an outstanding prep. And I think what's great about the prep is not just how people have been arriving and the types of things that we're seeing from personal growth to people stepping up their excitement and their commitment to, of course, the tangible things like matrix scores, CPO, startup, and so forth. Just the caliber of people that we have in our organization, the amount of people that we have, and more importantly, the exciting future that we have available for not just you, but the entire team for summer of 2017. We're excited, and every time we have that prep, every weekly prep, every monthly prep, it's all about creating the best version of yourself and for you to get that M3PG experience. And of course, from our standpoint, staffing the most explosive summer in FC history in 2017. A couple of thoughts I want you to be thinking about. Number one, making sure you follow up and being on point for all of your assignments. You got the email, whether it's the drill for skilled matrix scores that are coming up, and just a reminder on the 14th, actually one Wednesday from today, 1 week, we'll be drilling for score, matrix score, the company and the product section. And of course, Laisla, you'll have the pre-screen available for part of that matrix score as well. Observing interviews, one minimum per week. If not more, starting to master the script. And again, if you're ready, go ahead and put that date down. Ask your manager, hey, Karina, hey, David, hey, Grace, I'm looking to run an interview and give me the date. I'm going to run it. And if you want to be accelerated, A-player style, ask to do it first week of October. Don't forget also startup being 2 levels ahead, not the 100 minimum, the 500 on pace, which is coming up, but can you be at 1,000 as soon as possible, which is the Olean get recognized pace. Financial fitness, we've got assignments from the big 3, keeping a track of do you go over, do you go under, and just for those 3 categories, your monthly spreadsheet and not waiting like Luke talked about to hit all of those, details of your spreadsheet, the monthly expenses. And the $100 rule, which we've already started implementing. In fact, ironically enough, Luke was the first one this week to implement that $100 rule. And Luke, thanks for that message. And then last but not least, from a personal growth standpoint, let's make sure we're also learning and growing in our journaling habits. Habits now that will carry not just through the fall, but into next summer. Are you investing in the proper journal? Make sure you listen to the journal on audio, get that journal. And now let's post on the TLA WhatsApp when you guys are finishing journaling, when you're watching the interviews. Let's post when you're adding the startup, when you're setting up demos, because right now it's all about moving your matrix and getting and staying on my radar. Now WhatsApp group's gonna make a big difference. Not to mention, we've got some communication coming up. So a couple of things I'd like you to write down. Number one, this coming Monday, we'll have our first divisional conference call from 4:30 to 5:30. Details to come on how to log in, but it'll be a conference call, no video, from 4:30 to 5:30 Monday, every Monday, and I'll be the one facilitating that call. This Monday's topic is getting selling momentum at school and how to start preparing for your SLC push now. We've got that exciting mainland contest to go to the Heat game, and Grace Velez and San Juan, the two of us were speaking earlier today, and we discussed coming up and building a really exciting contest for La Isla as well, to make sure that the performers are rewarded with opportunities to have signature experiences and of course to network and to make a move, of course, and have a lot of fun. So with that being said, a second thought is right now it is September the 7th, and many of you have been at school for about 1, 2, in some cases 3 weeks, and I gotta think that you're in one of three situations. That I've got selling momentum big time. I'm completely coming from a cold stop, and somewhere in between. I think a priority right now is making sure you move your matrix from a CPO standpoint. And like I said, there are different ways to move move the matrix rather. But this is such an important time to not lose that momentum. Even if it's 1 or 2 orders a week now to get things started, you have to keep in mind, if you look at your calendar and as you pull out your planner, September 20th, that's when the push starts. So you got to go backwards. September 18th, that's the all-day phone jam. You've got to go backwards. You've got between now and the 17th to get your attack list up to 100, 150, 200 plus, depending on the push goal. And this is the week, this specific week, you should be meeting with your manager. You should put that into your calendar now. This week, on your Sunday PSP or another call or meeting, talk about, plan, and be ready to execute an SLC push. Okay, so that's really what's important right now. And of course, master the interview. And a side note, I'm speaking to Karina Marquez in South Miami, and there's a big buzz in the SWAT team, and really should be across the division, for the Bahamas Balling Out in Bahamas contest. It's 8,000, 11,000, and 14,000 to qualify. PRs are unlimited. So now is the time, my friends. Don't wait till the last few weeks where you're down to the wire. Make the move now. And what are you doing to prepare yourself so that you can be on the Bahamas trip? As Karina said on my call today, it is going to be an unbelievable opportunity to network with the best people, and those are the people who are going to be front runners for the branch opportunity. Last but not least, I'm looking for letters of intent. I know several of you texted me. How does it work? What do I do? Speak to your manager about letters of intent. I'll be sharing a couple of examples on email so that you can craft yours. But a letter of intent, again, is saying that I'm going through the process right now at TLA, but I am going to work and attempt to get my matrix score up in an effort to be selected for one of those coveted branch spots, whether it's in Florida or potentially being in our branch abroad program, possibly in La Isla if you speak Spanish or if you're from the island. But it means I'm committed. I am training to run a branch. I am not a second-tier TLA member. I am a top-tier TLA member. I want the best opportunity now, and I want to earn it and put my name out there. So if you're ready for that opportunity, let me know. Let's keep the hot updates coming on TLA. Today's session, you should be going through the next section of the interview, and that would mean how an instruction on the company program, the company part of the interview. So David Delgado did a great job of going overview of all the parts of the interview in general, but this week specifically, you're gonna get off this, go through your stats, go through your matrix, go through your plan for the week, set up your role play sessions this coming Sunday at 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock, set up your observation times, set up your SLC PCs, and then you'll learn about the company portion of the interview. Then the second thing your managers are going to do is teach you how to second person an interview. So when you come in to observe a live interview, how to be quote unquote an assistant type to meet and greet the applicants as they come in, to set the tone for the interview, what to say to them while they're waiting to pre-screen, what to say to them as they've already pre-screened and are waiting for a group interview, and things to say to help move recruiting once they've finished the interview from the group standpoint and are waiting for their one-on-one. Okay, so continuing to grow the FC skill set. I love it. I'm excited for September 24th for our next prep. We already have ideas on how to make a bigger, badder, and more exciting agenda to come next week. Thanks for your time, everybody. We'll talk 4:30 to 5:30 on our TLA conference call. Talk to you soon.
All right. So that is our fearless leader. Okay. All right. So guys, welcome to our weekly prep once again. And as our fearless leader has stated, you know, looking to take things higher, looking to be able to always grow, always take it a step at a time. And I know, although, hi, Chelsea. Good to see you there. All right. Right, straight from school, and I appreciate that. So taking it higher, taking our matrix toward hires, and we're going to talk about all that momentarily. So for the very first thing, I want to go ahead and do a round of what's hot and what do we appreciate. So being the local leader here, what I want to start off with, what's hot, my quick what's hot and what I appreciate. What's hot is that we're starting to get really some great campus momentum going. As you know, I'm over here in the pilot recruiting, trying to get new college students to replace your lovely faces. But no, just really hot that we're getting the recruiting going. We're getting a lot more touches, especially clipboarding and PRs and our blackboarding messages going out. And what I appreciate is all the efforts that like my assistant manager Antoine here is doing as well, and my receptionist staff to be able to help our office grow here right now. So next I'm gonna go actually with Clay, since he is currently.
So what's hot is I did my first flip ever yesterday, which was pretty cool. And then what I appreciate is my ankle not being broken, which is awesome.
You did your first
Flip. Mm-hmm.
How did you do a flip when isn't your ankle hurt, man?
Yes.
Okay, great. Flipping well, an ankle is all nice and all right. But he is trying to be the next American Ninja Warrior apparently, or something like that.
Just want to compete.
All right, hey, you know what? No shame in that one. Actually, that's pretty darn cool. All right, so let us go next. All right, who do we have? Who's brave enough to go next? How about you, Mr. Grant?
Yeah, I'd love to. What's hot and what I appreciate. So, what's hot right now? Indiana's pretty warm. Probably not as warm as Florida, but all I hear is complaining about these Midwesterners about like 85 degrees. I'm walking around like, this is great. What are you talking about?
85 degrees. Nice.
A lot of hate for that. And then what I appreciate, I got in touch with a lot of the teachers and just kind of mentors in my high school and sent them all an email and got a really great response back from all of them. That's what I appreciate.
Oh, look at you. So you already started talking to them about Olean?
Exactly.
All right.
Oh, why are you?
Hey, you know what?
Professors, I'm already out of every class. I got my report, so I had a final on the 8th, and on the 10th, and I ended up getting it moved, which was nice.
Good. You know what? We talked to professors early, and I got to commend you for that, Grant, on taking that first step right away, not waiting around, taking that first step to go ahead and talk to your professors to get excused from your finals. Actually, that same thing happened with me. I had to move two midterms during that very week, during that trip as well. And with me, I ended up taking a midterm earlier before I left, and one professor was just nice enough to let me take it when I was back. But I've had to move a couple things around, and we'll talk about moving, getting out of classes early, particularly if you're going to branch to get to your territory early. And that's another type of conversation you're going to have. And if you do it, the earlier you do it, the earlier you address these issues with your professors. You're not spotting them; they're not coming last minute. You're going to get that approval from them, especially if you do it in the right light, right? You keep your grades up, you attend, you go to the office hours with them, right? You build that relationship, you build rapport. Remember 7 steps to a sale, right? First thing, got to build that rapport. You build a rapport with your professors, they're going to work with you. They're going to help you out. And if you have to make up any information, guys, just cram it in beforehand, right? No, I don't know of a professor that won't let you take an exam earlier, right? Not all of them will let you take it after everyone else took it, but most of them have not a problem of you taking one exam earlier. Sure, do you have to study a little more? Fine, but that's what planning and using your agenda is all about. Okay, excellent work, Mr. Grant. Now, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, excellent. So who was the first one?
That was Avrami.
All right, Avrami. Let's go. Let's hear what's hot. What do you appreciate, Mr. Avrami?
What's hot is I started first day of classes today. It was pretty amazing. I got to meet really cool people, got to know my schedule, and I appreciate Boston not getting so cold yet. It's still really nice and warm here, and it's great.
Awesome. I've never been to Boston. It's a city I absolutely have to visit.
Yes, this is my first time too, so it's definitely somewhere you have to come to.
All right. Excellent. So, all right. Who else? Please, Ms. Laura?
What's hot is my nephew's going to be born in 2 months from now.
Ooh.
I'm really excited about that. And what I appreciate is that my parents are visiting next week for my birthday. So
Okay, look at you. Excellent. And where are you studying right now, Miss Laura? I'm sorry, I forgot off the top of my head.
Stetson University, it's like an hour north from Orlando.
Okay, excellent. So parents are coming up for the birthday. Or is it how old are you? Turning 18 or
19.
19? All right, look at you. Almost still in the teen. The last number with the teen at the end. All right, look at you. Excellent. All right, Mr. Ricky.
What's hot is that college application starts soon, and just finally signed up for my last SAT this upcoming October 1st. There we go, Rick. Go high school senior. And what I appreciate is being the fact that you, David, let me be here on virtual instead of going over there to the office.
All right. Hey, you know what? We'll try to accommodate as best as possible. We do want you in the office as much as we can as well. Okay. All right. So.
Yes, sir.
No. SATs coming up. I remember those days studying for the SATs, ACTs. A lot of great times there. All right.
No great times, but good times in general.
It's awesome. You will never have to stress so much just to think that you're not going to get somewhere and get into college.
Until you take the GREs.
until you take the GREs, which is something that I technically have to do, but I'm not doing. Go district. No, all right. So last but certainly not least, we have Miss Chelsea.
You're mute.
You're on mute, Miss
Can't
Chelsea.
hear you.
Chelsea, you want? I don't have you muted, but
Is this again?
Type it in the chat. You hear us?
okay. So if we don't hear a response, so Chelsea, anything that you might respond to, just type it in the chat because clearly we're not going to, unfortunately, hear what you're saying. I don't know. Something's up with your mic.
Chelsea, just do it in the chat bar. It might help with the computer. I was gonna do the chat bar.
All right. Okay.
Efficiency.
This doesn't like me. Of course not. All right. So. Okay. All right, so type it up on the channel. While you're doing that, Miss Chelsea, I'm going to go over our stats for this week. All right, so, okay, so we want to see what, we always want to make sure that we're moving our matrix scores up, part of to earning branch or even an assistant manager spot, right? Not everyone's going to get a branch, and you guys are the first prime candidates that we're going to also choose from and select for the pool of to be an full-time assistant manager next summer. One thing is to be an assistant manager right now. Another thing is to be an assistant manager in the summer in one of our main district offices, or possibly even helping out in an NLG branch office as well. So, okay, we have Mr. Clays, Miss Chelsea. We have all the stats up right here. I don't know if you guys can actually see them. I know there's a lot of glare. And all right, we have Mr. Clays, career 12,000. All right. For the campaign, everyone looks to be at 0 right now. Hopefully next week that number changes.
I thought my sale counted for this campaign, but it counted for summer still.
Still counted? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We just started a new campaign. It's all right, guys. Plenty of time to make moves. All right. Like Jeff said, we're going to be planning very shortly. Let me see. Okay, sorry. All right. Chelsea, actually, all right. Before I continue on, Ms. Chelsea, she did update me on the chat. She says, "What's hot? I got an A on my first bio exam. Look at you. Yay." Bio was fun. There you go. Oh, yeah. The snaps. All right. And I appreciate my vacation hour this Friday that I planned. Look at you. All right. Vacay. All right. Hashtag vacay. All right. Look at that's awesome. And biology, yes, study. It's a pretty cool course. I had fun through it. I was a bio major myself. Best bio class I took, neurobio. Okay, so Clays, and we have Clays has booked 2 demos. All right. Why'd you go 1? Why'd you go 1 when you have 2 demos booked?
Double book.
Okay. All right. Goal is to complete at least 1, but he's double booked, so excellent. Maybe he'll just do both of them and sell them both of them, which is even better. Sell grand each, right? And being at Dirty 30, hey, grand each. That's a challenge. There you go. I laid it out. Dirty 30. That's a pretty healthy paycheck right there. All right. All right. Then we have Miss Chelsea at almost at Dirty 30. Miss Chelsea, when are you going to be at Dirty 30? You're almost there, Miss Chelsea. You're almost there. Okay. And of course, right now I know you're very busy with school as well. Savings 343. Okay, guys, remember what we want to be at. A level at least a level to 2 levels above. So right now, a level above would be 500, and 2 levels above would be 1,000. Remember, our next one is for our next TLA prep to be at the next level. All right, then we have Mr. Rumi over 17K. Enjoy that Dirty 30. 194 is savings. All right, so far, week to date. And I know you're just getting settled in. So, Rumi, whenever we can, we'll plan something out. That way you get a little. It's always good to take advantage of that extra side income of that Dirty 30 money, right? When you're not, when you're able to work.
I'm waiting for my class schedule to get settled in because I have auditions and stuff. So once I have all that information, I'm gonna start planning those demos and making those calls.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. You guys have the best job opportunity possible as college students. You can literally be in your dorm room making money. How? Virtual demos.
PJ all the way.
PJ, right? Being in a pajama, they don't have to see your face. You know, you can just share screen with them, get online, share screen, talk to them on the phone in your pajamas, making $200-$300 or more. That is awesome. So take advantage of that. And of course, yeah, I know you just literally started school. So once you get settled in, we'll plan something out for you. That way we can keep you up to pace as well. All right, getting some extra money in your pocket. All right, so then we have Miss Laura, also very, very close to Dirty 30. Miss Laura, when are we going to get there? When is your birthday's next week, right? All right, but when's your Dirty 30 birthday?
Next week at some point.
Yeah, this one is almost as actually, if not more, or equally, or if not more important than your 19. Okay. Okay, but at least you know what? I think you're made. So Miss Laura is making moves this week. 5 demo go, 3 demos booked so far. Excellent. That's good to see. All right, and Miss Chelsea, are we? Didn't have any goals from you. Are we going to be able to do anything for this weekend? For this week, as far as demo goals? All right, 3 demo go? All right. So 3 demo goals, 0. Okay, making moves, guys. The important thing is not where you're at right now, is what are you going to do to be able to increase your stats on the board by next week as well, okay? This is all going to be part of your metric score as well. All right, then we have Mr. Grant. All right, 25K in sales, solid. 4 demo goal. All right, 0 booked right now, so possibly doing some phone time a little bit later on today and tomorrow as well. Get those demos booked for this weekend, right, Grant?
I was gonna do 2 demo goal.
Oh, 2 demo goal? All right.
Yeah, I don't know where you got 4.
Maybe I read it wrong. Okay.
Putting the optimism out there.
Hey, you know what? I challenge you to do it 4. Why not? It's just 2 more. What's 2 more, Grant? What is 2 more?
Because I like full.
All right. Well, let's stick it to that for now. All right. And Mr. Ricky, our SAT taker. 14K right now, 0. Week today, 0. Demo 0. But what's going to be our goal for this week?
For this week, I'm with SAT class, so put me at 2 demos and I'll phone jam tonight.
Okay, there we go. I like hearing that. You know what? Even if you have a lot of things going on, there's always a way to always plan things out a little bit. Keep keeping that momentum, not necessarily going all out, right? And when we're going to talk about the push is not like the summer. Once again, the summer pushes is, can you do 4 or 5 demos a day? Can you book 7 to complete 4 to 5? Right now, the push is, hey, if you're doing maybe 2 to 3 demos in a week, can you do an extra 2 to 3 demos, depending on your schedule. That would be a push. Right?
David, I just Vector Connect. I got a return on some pods. Do you want that on the campaign? I got a return on some pods. Would you want that on the campaign, or can we just keep the campaign at 0?
No, campaign's at 0. That doesn't affect your campaign.
Yeah, well, it says I would be at over 16K in sales right now, but I got that return, so it dropped me down again to 14K.
Okay. Well, I mean, the campaign is based on what you sold so far in the fall. Right now, that's at 0 anyhow.
Yeah.
So that doesn't.
Yeah,
That's
why.
Yeah, it doesn't affect that. Right.
All right, cool, perfect.
Okay. And it's 649 in savings. Okay, guys. So the next thing that I want to cover really quickly is our role play and our observation times. Okay, role play again is going to be either 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. on Sunday. And what are you guys going to be available, Mr. Clays, for example, for role play Sunday, 4 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Neither.
Oh yeah, you work on Sunday, so we'll work something out a little bit later. All right. Chelsea, 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. or any one of you guys? Chelsea 6. All right. 6 p.m. All right. Grant 4. Ms. Laura, what time? Ricky, what time?
We said we could work on time earlier though, so like we said it at the PC 1:30.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have those papers in front of me right now. All right, and Ms. Laura, sorry, I didn't catch your hand signal.
Oh no, I didn't give one. I was just waiting for you to call me. My gosh.
Yeah. Ms. Laura, are you for role play this Sunday, 4 p.m. or 6 p.m.?
6 p.m.
Okay. All right. And Rumi, what do we have for you?
Sorry, I was on a phone call. For what?
For role play for this Sunday.
Yes, I have 6 p.m.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And as far as observation goes, since you guys are virtual, okay, unless Ricky, we can plan for you to make it in, live for one of the actual interviews, so you can see it live here. Okay. The observation time, of course, if you guys are virtual, are seeing when you're going to watch Karina's interview online. Okay, you can't find Karina's interview on Jeff's YouTube page. Right, start observing like Jeff said, step by step. Right, taking notes on each section. The only section that's not on there is the pre-screen. Right, but the intro, right, and the company is on there as well. So speaking of the company, right, speaking of the interview, we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to give you an example of what the company is. So as you guys, I've been talking to you guys the whole time. When it comes to the interview process is a pretty formal process, right? We're not. My biggest thing with you guys has been not sounding like we are too friendly, too inviting. Like hey, come on and work with us. Even though technically we want to do that, in our minds, you're kind of like, oh my goodness, this guy is so sharp, or this young lady is so sharp. I really want her. I wish I could just tell her, could you please work with me? Right? Especially sometimes when they come into the office, you're like, oh my goodness, he would kill it, or she would kill it if they were to work. And you're gonna run into that, especially when you're running your own office. But this is definitely one of those duck on the water thing with the feet. You're like super excited that you're seeing a sharp person walking in through your door, and you want to recruit them, and you want to do the best interview possible, but the best interview possible is not like the best demo. All right, kind of like with how Karina was talking about the playing the music of the demo. The music of the demo is that demeanor, how you're presenting yourself. Okay, so last week we covered the introduction. Okay. And the intro is pretty simple. Again, it's like I like to go around and have each of you remind me of your names so I can remember everyone. As you know, my name is fill in the blank, David Delgado. My position is pilot sales manager, which puts me in charge of the recruiting and the operations here in the Fort Lauderdale and the surrounding areas. Right? This is going to establish my tone for the interview itself, right? For the group interview, right? From the time that I'm having them sit up, right? Having them even move their chairs when they're when they're pulling their chairs from the side and sitting in for the group interview. I am controlling each step of the process because I want to make sure that they realize that they are in front of the manager and not just in front of a peer of theirs. Okay? Because when you go to an interview, you don't expect to see just your peer. The thing with us, you guys are all young. Right? Sometimes you're going to be interviewing people who are older than you, and that'll be quite common. Now, after we establish what we're going to be covering, talking about the company, product, market, pay, training, and perks, I'm going to cover everything. To save us some time, if you have any questions, write them down, and if you're not clear, I'll take care of them in the interview. Now, when I first started, again, where each of you is sitting right now, applying for the same position as all of you. In fact, everyone in our company began in an interview like this, including our president. And then you go into the company. Now, as far as the company, I'm sure many of you know how a lot of companies are owned by larger corporations. Vector is no different. Our parent company is the Cutco Corporation, which is located in Olean, New York. Now, Cutco began in 1949. Vector, which is owned by Cutco, and was started in 1981. To give you a little insight, sorry, guys, I'm kind of trying to also read my script. Sorry. Vector, which is owned by Cutco, was started in 1981. To give you a little insight, Vector in 1981 did $750,000 in sales. In 1992, however, we grew to over 50 million, and now we're doing about 200 million plus annually. Now, what are some advantages of working for a company that is continuously growing? And then you get their answers from there. One of the most common is that people get to grow with it as well. Advancement. The reason I've been able to move into the position I'm in today is that I've worked hard, and due to the growth of the company, I've been able to move up quickly. Also, how's the job market nowadays? Most people will respond with tough, competitive, right? Not so many opportunities. Right? Job security. At a time when companies are stagnant, Vector is adding people. Then we're going to have and go into the corporate structure. Now, in your interview room, you're going to have a map, right, which shows the different regions. And our map is not in here. Our map is in our interview room. That's why I don't have another one in here. Otherwise, I would show it to you. So you're going to, when you set up your interview room, it's going to have everything that you're going to point to as well, including a map of with the regions. And it says we have 6 regions. This office is part of the Eastern region, and to break it down even further, it's part of the Florida Caribbean division, which consists of the entire South Florida area and the island of Puerto Rico. Now, to show you how this office fits in, it's one of over 300 offices nationwide. We work with all types of people, from students to career professionals to people looking for supplemental income. Now, some companies don't like to work with students. Why? And what are the responses?
Lazy.
Can be lazy. I'm sorry, Ricky?
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced, Clace. Ricky, I can't hear you.
I was on mute the whole time. I was saying unexperienced.
Yeah. The two biggest are lack of experience and
Poor scheduling.
Lazy.
no. What Clay said, poor scheduling, lack of time. Right? So they work on a short-term basis. They don't have real work experience, and some employers view them as less responsible. We, on the other hand, enjoy working with students because they are used to learning, and they are naturally attracted to our program because of the flexibility and perks we provide. Now, Vector also has an internship, a co-op program, and a scholarship program, which means that some students can get college credit for working with us. The company also awards $160,000 in annual in scholarship monies to students in universities every year. Now, some of our students even get the chance to get college credit while working here. When the company was founded, they made several decisions about how they were going to run their business. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you each and every single one of them, but I feel as applicants, you deserve to hear some of the top few. Right. You remember this section in your interview, guys?
Never did a formal interview. Yeah. Never did one.
Oh. Okay, so who did a formal interview, or who was the steroid?
Steroid.
I'm confused. What is that? like
sorry?
being in the interview, or what's a steroid?
The steroid is basically a FaceTime or Skype or any kind
Okay.
of
Yeah. Well, we're not
Yeah.
calling them 5-star interviews.
not steroids.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't.
Yeah, I was formal. I did it with Daniel when he was here.
Okay.
Mine was home, but I was in class, so I missed the first day.
All right. Okay, so yeah, with the formal steroid in the office, of course, there's a lot more parts than when you do a 5 stars interview online. Okay, so we're going to go into the different things, and then of course, the first decision the company made was to only manufacture the highest quality products. So why do you think we chose to manufacture a high quality product rather than low quality? And what do you think people are going to say right there?
It's worth more to the consumer.
Okay.
Wait, okay.
All right,
You
so
lost me
once
for a
again, why
second.
do you think we choose to manufacture a high quality product rather than low quality? So why do you think we choose to manufacture a high quality product versus low quality?
Because we'd rather explain price one than okay, that's true.
All right. So
Because people don't want low quality. People want high quality.
yeah, people like quality. Just to give you an idea, we've had the same basic product, sorry, since 1949. So now the company won't add a product until it's the best of its kind. Here we started to set the precedence of value. Okay. Excuse me, I gotta apologize. I got a tickle in my throat.
It's back.
No. This was just some random thing. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I was actually dying in front of here trying to go over this, and
I was there.
yeah, I know you guys remember. I was just dying here in front of you guys. All right. Right, here we're starting to build a little bit of value into our into our position here. The second decision that the company made was to present our products in a low-key manner. Has anyone ever met a pushy salesperson? Of course. And what does everyone react? Yeah, of course. It's like those people with one of the most common responses that I always got was the perfume people.
Mormons.
Perfume people.
Yeah, in the mall, and they're like, "Here, try this perfume." Those rolly things. Yeah, that was Chelsea's laughing over there.
The Seventh-day Adventists that visit your door.
We don't do that often,
It depends on what neighborhood you live in.
I guess. Now my bad. So our philosophy is, if a customer buys, that's great, and if they don't, that's okay. The main focus of our students have is educating our customers. This ensures that they can make the best decisions for themselves. We have customers that have been with us for 30, 40, over 50 years because of the way they're dealt with. In fact, we have over 15 million, actually it should be higher than that. Over 15 million customers, and dealing with them ethically is very important to us. Now, another very important corporate philosophy is our honesty and integrity. First, with our customers, there is no need to exaggerate or be dishonest about the product in any way. What happens when someone exaggerates about the product? How are they going to respond?
People don't believe it.
Okay, too good to be true, right? So honesty and integrity is important throughout the corporation, from the top all the way down to all our students. It's important to me because I deal with people this way, and I expect the people that I accept to deal with their customers and coworkers with the same honesty and integrity. To me, this is a non-negotiable. The fourth decision we made was how to market our products. As you know, we chose to market by appointment only for a few key reasons. What happens to the price each step of product takes from the factory to the store? Notice what I did there?
For shipping and everything. Getting it to us.
And with a high
expensive.
quality product, how much more expensive will it be?
Very expensive.
Okay. Notice what I did there though with my hands, right? I'm not gonna be one that's moving my hands too much when I do an interview. I usually have the remote in one hand and my script in the other, right? Or in my case, I'll actually hold on to the interviewers in my interviewees applications. That way, I'm actually writing notes. I have like my pen and my script and the remote in one hand. So, what happens to the price of each? What happens to the price each step of a product takes from the factory to the store? You see what I'm doing right there?
Mhm.
I'm literally giving them the answer. Right?
Consciousness.
Yes, I like it. All right, so instead of having a store, we actually ship the product directly to the customer, and this saves them about 10 to 40% on price. All right, and you can even there, like it says in parentheses, this is very common in other companies that use internet catalogs, etc. You can always say like you can give an example, even like Amazon. Other than price, why else do you think customers appreciate having an in-home appointment instead of having to go to a store?
More comfortable for them.
More comfortable for them? All right, one-on-one personal touch, trust factor, etc. Convenience, of course, which is why so many people like internet shopping. In fact, our company has also created a virtual appointment if a customer wants to see the product via the internet instead of in person as well. We found this to be the most professional way of dealing with our customers. I'll explain exactly how this works when I get to the market section. The fifth decision we made was how to pay our students. We decided to pay more than a lot of entry-level jobs. Why do you think we decided to do that?
To get the best from all your students, so when they work, they deserve to be compensated.
Okay. And if a salesperson is only paid on commission, I'm jumping ahead. Yes, to attract higher quality applicants that we can pick from, and we found by showing confidence in our people, they rise to the occasion and we can expect more out of them. Now we have a two-part pay program. How are most salespeople paid?
Commission.
Commissions. And if a salesperson is only paid in commission, what would they tend to do to the customer?
Push him to make the sale.
Okay. Everything we just said not to do. That's why we have a guaranteed rate to ensure a low-key approach and an incentive rate so the people who work harder have an opportunity to earn more. And we'll cover that in detail when we go over the pay section. So this part here, then that's the end of the company section. So the company
is that all we need to know for that?
Huh?
That's all we need to know for next week?
Yeah. Well, it's not just the company. Next week, it's going to be the introduction and company.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like both sections that we just went through. We need to know that by next week, correct?
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be role playing on Sunday?
Mm-hmm. We're going to role play. We're going to focus more on the company section this time because we were supposed to because we role played the introduction last time. But this is where, so we're going to focus more on the company this week. Again, the company section, all right, if you guys remember from, well, from the objectives, right, we're going to establish credibility in our company as well, right? How are we doing that? We're establishing that the company was founded when? Back in 1949. And the Vector, we work for Vector. We work for a larger company that's Cutco, began back in 1949. Then we work for Vector, which is owned by Cutco, which started back in 1991. All of these numbers are key. And of course, to give you that phrase, to give you a little insight, Vector in 1981 did 750,000 in sales. In 1992, we grew to over 50 million, and now we're consistently doing over $200 million annually in sales. All right, those are key things that I want the interviewee to really pay attention to and actually absorb. That way, they're like, okay, this is a company that's been working. So when I ask, so what are some of the evidence? So I'll even add to this phrasing of what are some of the advantages. So as you can see, we have a growing trend. So what are some of the advantages of working for a company that is growing?
It's on the rise.
Right, it's on the rise. And what happens? People say, oh, you have a stability in your job. You have opportunities to grow. Yeah, if a company grows, who else is growing with them? Right? Yes, the representatives. And now, of course, advancement. The reason I've been able to move into the position I'm in today is that I've worked hard, and due to the growth of the company, I've been able to move out quickly. Also, how's the job market nowadays? All right, so that promotion right away, we're establishing credibility and also we're even alluding to what? To the ability to be able to grow. Right?
Move up levels.
Yeah, going up in levels as well. Right?
Advancement.
Okay, so that's the first part of the company. We're talking about that. We're talking about the corporate structure. Right? We're establishing that we are part of the Florida Caribbean division. We're part of we are part of the Eastern region, part of a division. We're kind of breaking it down how the company works. Right, giving them a brief background. And then we're going to establish the credibility of working with a lot of college students. Right? We work with all types of people, from students to career professionals to people looking for supplemental incomes. And then we ask them the key question. Some companies don't like to work with students. Why?
Because they're always super busy.
Right? Yeah, and those are the type of questions. Now, why do you think we have this question here?
Because it makes them think that this is going to be one of so they can get as a high school student.
I'm sorry, Grant, you kind of cut out there a little bit. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, I said because it makes them think that this might be one of the only good paying and good opportunity jobs as a high school student that they
Yeah, the job market is limited, particularly for college students, and that's not a lie.
Yeah,
There's a problem
I think
and
it
there's a
brings
solution.
more to reality.
Yeah, it brings that problem of, oh my goodness, I've been on X amount of interviews, or with some people I've never interviewed, or this is my very first interview. We constantly have people that come through our door who this is their very first job, either because they've never interviewed anywhere else, they just happen to be recommended and called here by us first, or they've already been on several job interviews and no one has given them the opportunity. So we're bringing that up to the forefront and saying, hey, we are the right recruiting. So we are the people who are going to give the college student that opportunity, which not everyone does, right? So it's actually even though it's a simple little question. It's quite powerful when it comes to the recruiting. And of course, then we go on to explain it. And we of course even mentioned the Vector has an internship program and a scholarship program. This is already prepping up for what we're going to talk later on. We'll be talking in the perk section about the growth, right? Promotions. This is already kind of doing that prequel to it. Kind of like when at the beginning we're setting it up to get recommendations at the end. Here we're already even showing that there's the growth and we have that branch opportunity available for them. All right. Now the second part of what the goals of the company section are is to explain who we are, right? And how do we do that? We're going to go over, right, the decisions. All right, we're saying several decisions about how they were going to run their business. I'm not going to stand here and tell you every single one of them, but I feel as applicants, you deserve to hear some of the top few. This is going to explain, and this is going to explain really who we are, right? We are a company that manufactures a high quality line of product. Why do we focus on high quality? We're a company that we do sales, but in a low key manner, right? Which we are different from that pushy salesman that you ran into in the mall. Right?
Yeah.
We are the company that is focused on honesty and integrity. Right? We don't want to exaggerate. We're not looking for that person who thinks they can sell ice to an Eskimo, right? Just by slinging whatever. Right? And we're the company who markets our products in a direct sales, right? Because we want to save our customer. We want to provide our customer a great product at a better price versus what would happen normally to a product in a retail store. It would go up, and for a high quality product, even more, right? And then of course, the pay section. Here we're introducing them to our pay, right? Like Corinne said, the most important sections, right, for the student to get, right, the market section, right, how we work, and how we get paid. And these two things here, these last two sections, the first decision is how we market our product, right? That's introducing them to, this is where I'm going to tell you how we're going to work. And the fifth decision we made on how we pay attention, this is when I'm going to tell you how you're going to get paid. And I'm going to provide the clarity for you when I get to that section, each one of those sections. All right, because at the last phrase on each one of these sections here, I'll explain exactly how this works when I get to the market section. And the other one, we'll cover that in detail when we go over the pay section. All right. So once again, we are outlining what we're going to cover. Right? We established credibility. Right? We told them at the very beginning, when you do the intro, I'm going to talk about the company, the products, the pay, the market, the pay, training, and perks. I just went over that in a flash in the intro. And here the company, I'm expanding just a little bit more, but still outlining it for them. before I move on to the next section, which we'll be covering in 2 weeks, which will be the product section, which is when we actually do a brief demo of our product in front of the people that we're interviewing. Now, it's not a demo, right? But it's quite similar. Cut penny. All right, so get the wow factor, cut rope and leather. All right, that's actually pretty simple. All right, so guys, what any quick questions about this part?
This actually helped a lot. It was actually very informative on how to do it.
All right.
It was very in depth, so I liked it. I got most everything what you were saying. Just use your hands in the motion to give them the sense and make sure you nail that thing in the market section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm setting it up here, so I want to make sure that I get this part clear, because it's always about providing that clarity for the person you're interviewing. Anybody who's not clear, who has a lot of questions at the end, right? That's probably somebody who's possibly not going to show up to training. If they have a lot of questions, if they weren't clear on how they're going to get paid, how they're going to do that, how they're going to be working. Oh, and like they ask you the question, oh, so does the company provide me the leads? Does this happen? Does that, so how does the company pay? Well, you get a lot of those questions, right? That's when a person's going to tend to not show up to a training, right? And just like later on, once you guys start learning about the receptionist program, there are certain standards that the receptionists are held to on how many people they call versus how many people they set versus how many people actually show up to an interview. We also have standards as managers of how many people that we interview should show up to training. All right. The higher the number, the higher our percentages. Right. Well, if you can surpass that, get to that 50% or higher, you're going to have a very efficient office. Right? Or even if you're working with an office as an assistant manager, your numbers, right? When that branch manager or that district manager has you running an interview, they're really counting on you to be sure to recruit, especially the sharpest people that we have, the sharpest people that walk through the door. Right? That's what we've always talked about, being the sharpest person in the room, looking well, dressing right. Right? I had an interview earlier. That's why I'm in. Right? Tie and suit. And I even have my little dimple in my tie. Right? Trying to look as professional. It's crazy because the people that I've interviewed, I've clipboarded. Or I've handed a business card, or they saw a poster. Somehow I've actually seen them before. So here I am. I looked one way there, and now I have to actually look the part of being the manager here, right? And have them still understand that even though I invited you to come, I'm still the manager, and I'm still going to actually evaluate you. Okay, guys? All right, so let me be sure. All right, so as far as the broadcast goes, I think I'm going to stop it here. Let me make sure I don't have to. All right, so once again, guys, I want to remind you guys that all of you have are signed up for Olean already? Mm-hmm. The ones that are able to, huh?
I tried to ensure when I was going through it, I would go to Vector Connect, I'd press sign up, and then nothing would happen once I pressed the check mark, the plus mark. So I talked to Luke about it a little bit. He said he's going to look into it for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I did.
All right. So as soon as you sign up for Olean, sign up the sooner the better. That way the payments are less. All right, because you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get charged automatically to your commissions account. Right, the $50 or $50-something that is gonna be a week until you finish paying off the price of the trip, which is $1,100. Okay, it's not bad. They really will. Once you either sell the homemaker or anything, you'll get all that. You get it all cleared out. It's actually pretty cool, pretty simple. So the thing is, get that Olean homemaker sold as soon as possible. Get it signed up and get that Olean homemaker sold as soon as possible. That way you get that out of your hair. Okay.
If we have if we're at 35 or 40%, and we're selling, when do we get our bonus check for the previous month?
Okay, so if you're in bonus land, the way bonus land works is you have to have a certain amount of sales in a month for you to get that extra bonus. Okay, it's 6. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, so it's at least 6K in a month that you're selling to get an extra 5, 10, 15%.
Okay.
And you'll get that paid at the beginning of the next month after they finish tallying it. After the month cutoff, they'll pay that to you. If you have a bonus due to you, they'll pay that to you the next paycheck. All right. So it'll be the beginning of the next month.
Are you sure it's not 4,000, David?
I can
I think
clarify
it was
that.
4,000.
It might be 4,000.
I thought it was
5% bonus as well. And like maybe a little bit more, like 40 or 10% bonus.
I don't even have the bonus, but I just remember them saying at S8 that it was 4,000 bonus.
Okay, I can verify that. For some reason I remember 6,000 standing out to me, but I can look it up. It's in my email somewhere. I'd have to actually look it up and verify that for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys all were you guys all able to download the weekend session? All the documents for this past weekend session that we had?
Yeah, I got the zip.
Yes.
You got the zip? Because it had from our last prep, it has everything on there from what you have to have in your binder, the opening comments only in talk. It literally has everything on there. Okay. All right. And okay, of course, just a reminder for the assignments for the next prep, we're gonna have the drill for skill matrix scoring, right, on the intro and company, and then after that, it'll be in 2 weeks after that, September 28th, it'll be the product and market section. Okay, and of course, your responsibility is always to be able to observe the interview either live or on the video as well. Okay. Now, also, you can start getting sponsored right now. Once again, props to Grant for as far as for Olean. Okay, so I was starting to talk to professors about that as well. If you guys if you need any help talking to professors or anything, or any ideas of what you could say, what to present, or if they give you any sort of issues, you can go ahead and reach out to me, send me a message, and we can talk about that and see what best way to approach them as well. So right now, your startup needs to be at $100 minimum. All right, the next level is $500 for the next prep, and if you are NLG, you need to be at 1,000. And of course, financial fitness. You guys remember what the financial what the $100 rule is?
Yep. Over $100. WhatsApp Jeff.
Yes. All right. If you guys want to spend anything over $100, right? Of course, send a WhatsApp to Jeff. Let him know what's going on. All right, and don't forget our big 3 tracking. It's something that we're doing also as NLG. I'm also doing. It's something that has helped me out a lot personally, because I know when it came to my relationship with money, was not the healthiest when I first started here either. Right, getting that monthly expenses spreadsheet and journaling. All right, anybody has anyone listened to the Jim Rohn audio yet for the journaling? Okay, Miss Chelsea has. All right. If you don't know, it's again in your, it's in the zip drive. It'll be, if I'm not mistaken, in the outline that we had for our TLA session. It'll have the link to the Jim Rohn audio for journaling as well. Be sure to get on that. And SLC push, we have our SLC push coming up within a couple of weeks, and we should have our SLC push planning period also within the next 10 days. So if you have a mentor, right, you can reach out to them. If not, to help you plan that push PC. If not, also by all means, reach out to me. We could set it up on a one-on-one basis when I can set aside some time for you so that we can plan out the push as best as we can for you based on your schedule. Okay. So just reach out to me, and I'll be able to. We'll work it out something so we can pencil it into our calendars as well. Okay.
David,
Yes.
I got completely cut off from the stream real quick, but when's the next push again?
September 20th to October 3rd.
No, I'm sorry. When's the next prep? The real monthly
September 24th.
Yes, September 24th, Saturday. Right. Our preps are going to be on Saturdays from now on. Okay. The monthly prep, it's pretty simple. And all right. So we're gonna have the SLC push, right? And if you're ready to really make a statement here, this is the time where you want to step up. This is the time where you want to go as high as you can. If you're not at dirty 30, try to see if you can get to the push already being at dirty 30, or definitely stepping over. This is the time to get to that dirty 30, or even take advantage getting into that bonus land as well. Okay, and if you want to really make a statement, also start preparing your letter of intent. All right, have you guys? If any of you are truly gung ho about going branch or getting that opportunity, trying to secure your spot from right now, start working on that letter of intent. Start thinking about or having those conversations with me, or if you have a mentor with them, about what it would take for you to submit your letter of intent and how it should look like, what it should say, and we can help you out with that as well. I can help you out with a letter of intent. I remember when I started doing my letter of intent, it's the sooner you get to do it, because I waited off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting off, and I was just wondering whether this was really gonna be a career move for me, because I was finishing classes and I was pre-med. But I'll tell you right now, it's one of the best decisions I made. And at first, my letter of intent was to be a branch, because that's what I thought I was gonna be. Right? And then, sat down and we had the opportunity. I had the opportunity to be a district manager, and I submitted my letter of intent after that to be a DM, and well, the rest is history, so to say. So if you submit your letter of intent the earlier you submit it, the more intensely you're gonna train, because you know what your end goal is. You have that personal clarity, and you're gonna be able to make those decisions that'll lead you towards your goal. Just like Jeff has always said, that leader who has that clarity and focus, right, allows you to say no more. Right, no to certain things that'll keep you straight away. So train to be intentional. Submit your letter of intent as soon as you can. All right, and if you have other thoughts on that, on branching, on being an assistant manager, of course, by all means, reach out to us, and we can reach out to me. We can talk one-on-one about what it would take for you to get to branch. At the very least, we are looking to secure as many assistant managers as we can to have a full staff for next summer as well. Okay, yes, SLC push. If you don't have it written down in your calendar, by all means, write it down. SLC push is September 20th. Right. So let me erase a little bit right here. September 20th to October 3rd. This is the only national competition that we take part of. Right. That was the only national competition that's put out by our company. All right. So we definitely want to step up. We want our division, our FC division, to be, why not just top 10, but why not top 5? Right. Let's see what we can do together as a team to step up our game. Make sure that we are at least in the very top 10, but why not break into top 5? Okay. So again, with our second prep, all right, if you're going to be here in the mainland, it's here in the office. If you're virtual, right, we're going to have the same thing. We're going to be streaming on the GoToMeeting and also recording it online. Okay, if for some reason you're going to be missing, if we already talked and you're not able to be there physically live, either online or in the office, we're going to be recording it, and it'll be your responsibility to, of course, see the recording, take notes, and have at least a one-page debrief to present either to me or to your respective mentor, but probably more than likely it'll be to me as well. Okay. All right, and then of course our startup deadline for those of you. Okay, we have a couple of you who are either really close to 500 or well over 500, right? And several of us not quite there yet. So remember to be on pace, right? You need to be at least at $500 in startup, which is due by October 1st. So if you're not on this yet, trying to see what's your plan, what can you do right now. That's literally how many weeks from now?
It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, like from 3 weeks from now. What can you do? What sales do you have to make to get your startup to that level? All right. Or you can just, if anything, submit a check on your own end. And if you want to be focused on being 2 levels ahead, at least $1,000 is next level. Okay.
3.5 weeks.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks. All right.
I'll be there on the 19th.
Once again, if you guys aren't already in the habit of this, start getting in the habit of checking your email at least twice a day. Who checks their email at least twice a day? Right?
like
Yeah.
6.
I do.
Yeah.
5
like,
times a day.
shoot, I'm constantly I got to get in the habit of not constantly checking my email, but I'm always doing that as well. But definitely at least twice a day, particularly because as we move along, right, along with the TLA group, the further along we get going, the more emails are going to come out. Okay, and you'll understand once you're actually running an office. Jeff communicates strictly, like most of it, by email. He'll send a WhatsApp reminder. He already sent like 2 or 3 of them, right? Tell you that he's already sent emails out. So if you haven't seen those emails or those WhatsApp reminders, please check them as well. All right. So once again, anything using that planner, now that we've gone into more advanced planning, we've had a more advanced plan talk. Using that power hour, using that structure yourself out. Right now, you're in school. You just started school, right? You're barely a couple weeks in, or just barely starting. Use that power hour, use that planning period to go ahead and plan out your schedule, plan out what your game plan is going to be for you not to lose focus in school and also be able to take advantage of our TLA as well. If you plan it out right, if you need help, reach out and we can, again, set a time aside so that we can help you plan properly as well. Well, at least give you ideas because your power hour truly is for yourself, okay? And always remembering if you have different, you're going to have different scenarios, and there's going to be times where you're going to be chill, you're going to be doing great, and then there's the moments where you're going to be in that D2 phase. You're going to be kind of like, I need help, I need the coaching, I need to know what to do, and by all means, reach out to me. All right, I'm always available to help you out, guide you, and I can't make decisions for you, but I can at least give you some counseling as well. Okay, and of course, keeping up with the hot updates for Jeff, right? Via WhatsApp. If you have any great, good sales or a great thing, or anytime you complete an assignment, you can always WhatsApp to the TLA to Jeff. He's always communicating to stay on Jeff's radar. That is important. Right now, we have a lot of people in TLA. We're looking to see who really stands out, and always having some hot updates for Jeff definitely keeps you on his radar. Okay, so. Once again, don't forget we do have the PR contest open to all our reps here in the FC. Just like Jeff announced, we have the ball in the Bahamas. Let me go ahead and turn this around over here. Ball in the Bahamas, and there it is. Okay. Remember, right now we have the PR contest, and you got to figure out where you're at right now. So this is for the fall campaign. So right now I see a lot of zeros under the campaign. We want to make sure that you guys win this trip. All right, it's going to be it's from August. It's already started August 19th to October 17th. So you may already what you sold before. It's not that campaign is at zero. It's whatever you've sold from August 19th up until October 17th is going to count for this. So again, it's 8,000 to win the trip at 200. 11,000 to win the trip at 100, and only 14,000 to win the trip absolutely free. So again, it's both on sales and amazing and awesomely enough through PRs. Right? Anybody you recommend to the company. So even though you guys are away from our office right now, you can still recommend your friends. Anybody who is still down here locally, recommend them. They start working with us. All they have to do is sell $500. Like 500 CPO. That's all they have to sell to be a qualified PR. All right, and they have up until October 24th to sell at least 500. And I know many of you have already recommended a lot of people in the past. I believe Grant, you have, right? You've recommended a lot of people to the office in the past.
I'm sorry, you're fading out.
So now I'm saying many of you have already recommended people to the office in the past, right? And yourself included, right, Grant? I know you had 12. My goodness. All right, so
I lived the office the first couple of weeks.
hey, that is awesome. You know what? We greatly appreciate it. So anyone else that that's in the local area, right? Whether you are able to be in the office or not, recommend them to their office. Let us interview them. If anything, we'll set up a 5-star interview with them. Bring them in. Have them sell 500, which they'll easily do that within their very first demo. All right, so you'll get that qualified PR. They'll also have the chance to go to Bahamas. We all go to Bahamas. We party it up, man. All right, and as you already know, Jeff does not throw
Bad party.
bad party. All right, Jeff does not throw a bad party, and I can't wait for this party as well, because I haven't been to Bahamas. I really have. I've never been to the Bahamas, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. All right, last, huh?
A lot of fun. It's
Uh,
beautiful.
I can imagine. Shoot, I was in I was in Puerto Rico. They got some great beaches over there, and I wasn't able to go
Not
to
so
it.
much-
And I wasn't able to go over there. Okay, guys. Last thing, if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me, message me directly. I'm gonna stop this.